Hi everyone, welcome back. If you were to give someone a taste of Jamaica, what would it be? And when I say a taste of Jamaica, I mean like food wise. What would it be? Some curry goat, some oxtail, rice and peas, jerk chicken. What would you give to them? Today I'm making a Jamaican platter. So far I'm definitely making cocoa bread. I'm definitely making jerk chicken and fried fish. I don't know what else is gonna be on it, but stay tuned, keep on watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and share it with a friend or a family. So I'm starting off with jerk chicken, and I'm starting off with this real early in the morning because I want to put this on the fridge to marinate. I have some jerk marinade and I'm creating some powdered jerk seasoning. I added some pimento to that, and we're gonna go ahead and season up the chicken and add it to the fridge. I already have a video for how to make the Jamaican jerk marinade. You can check that out. Next, I'm moving on to my cocoa bread. You don't necessarily have to use bread flour. I have a little bread flour leaf, so I'm just going to use it up. And if you have watched my videos before, it's the same cocoa bread recipe I always use, but I will put everything in the description box for those who are new to my page. So I added my 4.5 cups of flour. I use some bread flour and some all-purpose flour. I added my salt, my 2 tablespoons of sugar, and now I am going to go in with my yeast in my coconut milk. All right, make sure you use coconut milk, and I'm adding that to my warm coconut milk, and we're going to go ahead and add about a teaspoon of sugar because yeast love sugar and it will help the yeast to activate faster. All right, so we're gonna just stir that up, cover it up for about 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes it should look nice and foamy, just like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and combine everything in the mixer along with some butter because you can't have cocoa bread with a little butter. As you can see, I gradually add in the flour, and I'm gonna mix that in, and then we're gonna add in the butter as well and allow it to mix for about 10 minutes in the mixer. Or if you're kneading this with your hands, you can go ahead and just put everything in all at once and just knead in your bowl or on your counter. After 10 minutes of mixing on medium speed, I'm gonna go ahead and add it to a grease bowl and let it sit there, and the yeast will activate, the dough will rise, and we're gonna give it about 40 minutes covered in a warm place. Okay, so I'm greasing the bowl. As you can see, the dough is very soft. This is what you want so that you can have a nice soft cocoa bread. While the dough is sitting there for the 40 minutes, it's gonna be more pliable and it's easier to manage, but it's gonna be still soft. It's been 40 minutes and it's time to roll out our cocoa bread. I have my pan lined with parchment paper. I double lined it because I don't want too much heat on the bottom, and I don't want my cocoa bread to be burned. All right, so I always take more precaution. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just give it a little knead for just a minute or so, just to release some of the air that was developed while the dough was rising. Okay, so we're gonna cut them. If you want them to be precise, you can weigh them on a scale and get the same exact measurement for all, but I'm not doing all of that. Okay, I'm just gonna roll them out, just eyeball it, and we're gonna do the double fold because that's my favorite. You know, I'm from St. Best. Yes, and the Black River cocoa bread, them double fold it and enough butter inside. Yes, guys. So we're just gonna roll it into a circle. We're gonna butter it, fold it, and then butter it again and fold it. All right, so if you don't want to do the double fold, that's totally fine. Just give it one fold and just put it on your baking sheet. Once all my cocoa bread is done, I cover them and place them in a warm environment until they're nice and doubled in size, just like this. Yes, they're ready. I put them down for 20 to 30 minutes, okay? And then I pop them in the oven at 350 for about 15 to 18 minutes, and here they are. Really nice and beautiful, have a nice color. I'm just putting some butter all over them right now, and then we're gonna set them aside and move on to our next task. Soft. These are soft. This is gonna be delicious. Delicious. You know the one that looks so light skin, like bake, it's really nice same time. But I'm bake, but the top just light skin, so bake man, bake. Now, if you know me, you know I love my rice and peas. So I had to add a little rice and peas on the platter. So as you can see, it's a small pot, just a little bit. It's the middle of the week. No need to cook a big pot of rice and peas, okay? So the peas was pre-cooked. So I just add my coconut milk and my scallion, my thyme, my pepper, and I add a pimento leaf to add some flavor. And yeah, rice and peas was so good with the ackee and salfish. Okay, we're outside and it's time to grill the chicken. This is not really my forte. My husband always do this, but here we go. Chicken ready. Now moving on to ackee and saltfish. You can't have a Jamaican platter without ackee and saltfish. I'm just adding the basic stuff that people would think that they would expect to get on a Jamaican platter. Yeah, there's so much more that I could put on this platter, but I'm just going with what I have at the moment. And ackee and salfish is a must. Now moving on, some escovitch fish is on the way, and here's my mom, the real OG for fried fish. Yes, so we're making some fried fish and bammy. All right, so you know it's just black pepper and salt go on the fish and we fry it. Unless you want to add extra seasoning, that's fine. Roast fish head with color blue, iconic grill. Ano po, ano nalabaga? Fried fish, fried fish. Fried fish and bammy, fried fish and festival. Which one you prefer? Now it's time to make the escovitch sauce for the fish. All you need is onion, carrot, scotch bonnet, and some pimento seed and vinegar. But I added some colored bell peppers to add some color to the platter. All right. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah. So my mom is boiling some carrot to make carrot punch, and I'm gonna go ahead and make dessert, which is gonna be toto. For a perfect toto, in a bowl you're gonna add 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You're gonna add 1 cup of coconut flakes, and we're gonna add 1 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, 2 teaspoon baking powder, 2 teaspoon cinnamon powder, and a teaspoon of nutmeg, as well as 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and like half stick of melted butter is good enough, and 2 cups of coconut milk and a piece of ginger to add some extra flavor. Pan is well buttered. I like when the corners are buttered because it gives it that nice crust. Give it a little cinnamon sugar on the top. Toto going in. So the toto is baking at a temperature of 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I bake it for up to 45 minutes. Now I'm making just a few fried dumplings. This is just a small amount, so I added 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and I added a teaspoon of salt. I'm adding some butter, and we're going to use milk. Feel free to go ahead and use just plain water. I also added a teaspoon of sugar just to balance out the taste from the baking powder. You don't necessarily have to. It's not going to make the dough sweet. No. I'm just slowly combining my milk until my dough is firm. You want a nice soft dough. The dough should be soft yet manageable. Alright, it shouldn't be too sticky. Alright, so we're going to cover it with a piece of paper towel. Allow it to sweat for a few minutes, and then we're gonna proceed to frying. So today we're making two different types. So we're making the regular round dumpling, and we're also making the Thai ones. When I tell you I'm not cooking for the next 3 days, believe me when I tell you that, okay? So you can soak your bammy in some sweetened coconut milk or any milk of your choice, and then you just go ahead and fry them. It depends on the thickness of the bammy. If it's the thinner bammy, you want to give it a few seconds in the milk and flip it and then fry it, okay? So to add to the list, my mom made some salfish choker and I made some coleslaw. So this is a platter. All right. Let me know what you would add or what you would take away. And of course, I had to share a plate for Tashika and one for my neighbor because it's a lot of food. And yes, I'm not cooking for the next few days. And this punch was so good. It, you know how to make carrot punch, you know, add your milk and your or supper drink, whatever you want to add into it, and you use the same water that you boil the carrot to blend it, and add your sweetener and your little spices, some vanilla, nutmeg, cinnamon. Here we go, guys. The platter is finished. What are you having off this platter? Let me know in the comment section. What would you add? What would you take away? We know no found I go say curry goat. We know that add curry goat, but on the chest too high. I'll be having some escovitch and some bammy for now, and then later I have some cocoa bread and ackee. And mama made some good carrot punch. 10 out of 10. I just said that I was gonna eat fish and bammy only. How did so much food end up on my plate? Tell me. So I started off with some ackee and salfish and some cocoa bread. Then I move on to the fish and bammy, and then I ate some of the rice and peas with the ackee. Never want no chicken because chicken I will eat every day. Alright, so I was just indulging in all this goodness. It was so good. And let me tell you, the ackee and saltfish with the rice and peas, if you have never tried it before, please, this is your sign to go ahead and try it. It's so good together. Who would have thought? Because, you know, most time when I try to eat rice with ackee, it kind of clyded and you can't eat too much of it. But trust me, you see all them fish are too sweet for it with sauce of finger. You have to bite it just like this. Don't follow me, guys. I'm gonna have a seat before we're going to go on my throat. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet, what are you waiting on? Okay, follow me on Facebook, subscribe to my YouTube, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Totally forget about the Toto, honestly. Totally forget. I didn't even put any on the plates that I shared, but it is what it is. It will serve longer.